We're at the top of the hour, folks, so let's get things started today, shall we? I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome everyone to the Virtual LTC series. We are in the final series, Game 5, Membership. My name is Jenna Davis, and I am part of the Chapter Relations team here at HFMA. To kick off the conference today, we would like to thank our 2020 LTC sponsors, Parallon, Patient, Russell Investments, and Cemex. We are so glad to see so many of our dedicated volunteers here today to join us. And our goal for this virtual LTC conference is to share resources available as you embark on your leadership year in 2020-21. Today, the chapter advancement team members Lynn Weishart and Bill Eichost will lead things off today for us. We'll be using the interactive tools with Mentimeter to get crowd participation. So if you've participated in other LTC virtuals, you're familiar with this tool. It's kind of cool. And then next up at 11:30, your peers from the Florida chapter will share their best practices on general membership. And then your peers from the Washington, Alaska chapter will share their best practices on enterprise membership. At 1 o'clock, we'll all come back together for a session on enterprise membership with HFMA's Bill Casey, Senior Vice President, Business Development, Rich Lucas, Director of Channel Assets, and Heather Hennessy, Manager of Client Services, who will share a live demo of the enterprise portal share features. Wrapping the day at 2:30 with a membership collaboration session where we'll use interactive breakout rooms to break into smaller groups for discussions before all coming back together at the end to end the 2020 LTC virtual series. And now your participation is requested if you've been on these before. They're interactive and we love to hear from you. So there will be live Q&A during the conference today. So please be sure to put your questions into the Q&A pod. We'll also be using the chat pod to share information and tips during the sessions today. And now, without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce the presenters for the session today, Chapter Advancement Team members Lynn Weishart and Bill Eichost. Take it away, folks.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Thanks so much, Jenna. I appreciate it. Welcome to all of you, and again, happy Friday. I jumped the gun a little bit there earlier. I've been so excited to get these sessions underway. We've been talking about this part of LTC now for a few months. So welcome to everybody. My name is Bill Eichost. I'm joined today by Lynn Weishart. Lynn and I are both members of the Chapter Advancement team. We're joining you live from the Virtual LTC press box, and we're going to turn our attention today toward membership. So we hope to offer a really informative and an interactive and enjoyable session.
That's right, Bill, and we hope that all of you today, you have your game faces on and are ready to learn a lot, and hopefully we'll have a little fun along the way. I know it's a Friday and everybody's getting ready for the weekend, so we want to have some fun today while we're learning about Membership 101.
Yeah, let's definitely have some fun for a Friday.
Yeah. So let's get started with the fun first. Make sure that you're sharing pictures of your LTC watch spot wherever you're joining us from on your choice of the social media using the hashtag 2020LTC. I'm sure most of you have been doing that if you've attended any of the previous sessions, so make sure you keep doing that throughout the day.
And as Lynn and Jenna both acknowledged, you know, we need this to be interactive. It's going to be important to the success of this session for everybody. We will be using Mentimeter during the day to ask you some specific questions as it relates to membership. So be on the lookout for some directions on how to access that, and give us your feedback and help us participate in that if you would.
And I'll just recap. Jenna already went through the batting order for today, but I'll recap for you real quickly. Leading off this morning, obviously, is Bill and myself, hopefully with a lot of participation from the crowd, and we'll be presenting Membership 101 to you this morning.
Yep, and then the next session, stepping up to bat, will be discussion from. We'll have some folks from the Florida and Washington, Alaska chapter speak to you, and then go ahead, Lynn, after that.
Okay. Once we're done with the best practice sharing from the Florida and the Washington, Alaska chapters, we'll take a 30-minute break, obviously, so everyone has a chance to to refresh and grab their peanuts and their Cracker Jacks before settling back into their seats at 1 p.m. Central. We'll, at that point, get ready to start the wave as the HFMA Enterprise team steps up to the plate to review Enterprise membership, and there will be quite a bit of time during that session, as I understand it, for Q&A, as I'm sure that many of you have lots of questions about that Enterprise membership session.
And then after that seventh inning stretch, we're going to have a great interactive session. We're going to use the Zoom breakout rooms. So everybody will be able to break into rooms. You'll be able to interact with your peers, talk about some membership topics, and I think we'll have some great information to share.
It's definitely quite the day, and we hope that you can all stay with us through the entire day. We do have a lot of great material, great presenters, and great information to share with you today.
We really do, Lynn. And let's get started with some of the audience participation. So to participate, grab your phone or your tablet or use your computer, log into menti.com, type in the code you see at the top of the screen right now. Then just follow along on your screen as you're asked some questions posted by the chapter relations team, and then we'll get into our PowerPoint. Ready for the weekend. There you go.
Oh, there we got our first Groundhog Day. I was wondering.
That's right. Few people thinking, I've been here before, that's for sure.
Responses still coming in. I see we have, some people might have a little bit of trouble. Remember, menti.com and use the code at the top to answer the question. Maybe there's some folks that just haven't had enough coffee yet this morning.
Hopefully ready for the weekend, they'll still pay attention to us for a little while here.
That's right.
Tell us where you're from. Tell us where you're listening from today. I've seen folks from coast to coast so far on the chat room.
All right, we got Colorado, Arizona. Whoop, whoop. Wow. All right.
Hi, Danielle. Outstanding.
Northeast PA.
SoCal claims to be the best. Okay.
Northeast Ohio. In the house.
Oh, I wish we were with you all together in person. I really do.
Know.
But this is certainly the next best thing.
Looks like we still got some answers coming in. Oh, I think I saw Puerto Rico. Nice.
Oh. NorCal's stirring it up a little bit with SoCal. I'll let them work that out amongst themselves. Share the love. Share the love, Bob. Share the love.
Little friendly rivalry.
Yeah. Tell us what your role is with the chapter this year as it relates to membership. Or maybe you're doing a little bit of everything.
Right. It looks like a good mix.
Yeah.
Oh, I see HFMA Queen. Yeah, that's awesome.
Maybe we should turn the presentation over to them.
That's right. And then there's a whatever it takes. That's their volunteer role, whatever it takes. I love it. Pretty good representation, a good mix of different roles.
For sure.
How many of you have attended a virtual LTC session so far?
There have been some good ones. Okay, I see. Good. We got a lot of participants. Great.
That's great. I'm glad no one's answered that third question yet, that there were other sessions, question mark, because that would mean we did not do a good job of advertising.
Yeah. You've been in quarantine with the lights off.
All right, that's good. So many of the folks here are familiar with the technology and how this is going to work today, so that's awesome. Oh, I see a shout out from Northern Nevada.
This is an important question because we realize some of you have not necessarily been responsible for membership and membership growth and engagement in your chapter. So hopefully we can give you some ideas today, and certainly today's not the only opportunity. The chapter relations team and the chapter advancement team are always available to answer any questions, discuss ideas that you might have, but hopefully you'll get some good ideas from some of your peers today.
So far, it seems to be a 50-50.
Yeah.
From the responses, a mix. Which is typically when we're on site doing the LTC membership tracks, that this is what Bill and I have experienced, that in the audience, there's typically a good mixture of those that are brand new to the membership role versus those that have some experience. So the good news is that we can tap into those with the experience to assist in sharing their best practices and their information throughout the day today, or even sharing their information via the chat box. If you have something that you'd like to offer as far as a solution to someone else throughout the day, you can put your information into the chat box and we'll make sure to share that with all of the attendees today. So don't be shy in speaking up.
Right.
And what are you most looking forward to this year with the chapter?
Face-to-face meeting would be nice, in-person meeting.
That's right. Getting back to normal. Yep, yeah. I hear you there. Making Colorado great. I love it.
I feel like in some ways this whole experience is making me appreciate my HFMA relationships even that much more. So I'm really anxious to get back to everybody too.
Right.
Yeah. Great. Beer tickets. There you go.
Oh, it says beer tickets. I thought you said beer chicken.
Oh, beer tickets.
Beer tickets. Oh, okay. That's true. We can't hand out the tickets. Face-to-face meetings. I'm with you. I mean, I know a lot of people are putting comments in there. As people were joining this morning, Tracy had asked Bill and I just a question about what's been the most challenging over the last 4 months and what have we been doing. And I would say for me, it was not having the face-to-face interaction with all of my colleagues at work and going to these events. And if you're a social person, like Bill and I are social people, I think being holed up inside has been a little tough for a lot of people.
Yeah, it has been tough.
All right. And what are you most apprehensive of as you look ahead to this year? What? Nobody's got any apprehensions. Oh, there we go. Just took a little time to get going. Yeah, the unknowns.
Yeah. It's forcing us to be creative, that's for sure, and I think collaboration within your chapter with experienced members as well as with other chapters in your region and across the country is going to be of the utmost importance, because everybody's going through it, whether you're a small chapter or a large chapter, everybody's dealing with a lot of the same challenges. So
Yeah.
it does. Necessity is the mother of invention, as they say. So there's a lot that we're just wanting to do our best with what we got. So
I will say that I am not, admittedly, one of the not most technologically savvy people out there. So this whole shutdown has forced me personally to embrace some new technology, and I would say maybe not new for many of you, but new for me. So I was apprehensive about that in the beginning, but so far I'm doing all right. I haven't blacked out my screen or cut off my audio or any of that.
Right. My kids are just asking me to be sure to stay off of TikTok.
All right. And what are you hoping to get out of today's session?
How can we be most helpful for you today?
All of the answers. Okay. All right.
I'll leave that one up to Lynn.
A tall task, Bill.
Yeah.
All of the answers.
Clarity. Okay, we might need some clarity around exactly what. A home run. Okay.
I like it. Baseball theme. Way to stay in the context. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Good stuff, you guys.
Member engagement ideas. Show us the membership magic. Okay, Bill, I'm assigning that to you.
Oh man, we might have to double the length of this session now. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, engaging members. I see quite a few comments about enterprise, which we will have that session later on enterprise. All right.
Very good.
All right. Well, here we go. Membership Chair 101, and obviously we're going to go through some things today. Obviously, we were introduced earlier. I'm Lynn Weishart from the Virginia DC chapter. We've got our learning objectives for today, which we've talked about, and we've talked about the sessions for today and what everybody hopes to get out of them. I believe Erica is mentioning that the presentations will be posted so that you'll be able to see all of these slides after today. So now tell us what membership tactics have worked well for you in your chapter. Whether it's recruitment, retention, engagement, there's no rules, just whatever's worked well for you.
Yeah, for personal touch, I'm guessing that almost all of you had somebody personally encourage you or invite you to join HFMA, thinking it would be good for your career and your professional development.
Yeah, and we talk about this on the on-site LTC too, is, that personal touch. It's not just when they first join or when they first become a member of the chapter. It's throughout, asking them to get involved and that personal touch to get them to participate and engage. There's typically, once you get them engaged and there's things that they can do for your chapter, they'll stay engaged. So.
Yep. Lynn, I think some of these topics we'll likely get into maybe in more detail in the breakout rooms. You and I touch on some of this,
Yeah.
but hopefully we'll hit on a good majority of these today.
Right. All right, and what barriers have your chapter encountered this year with regard to membership? There's probably so many at this point. This has just been a year like none other.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Travel challenges.
Got a couple things regarding cutbacks, employer won't pay, and all that. Maybe some alternatives that people will find helpful.
Yeah, and that's something that I think, Bill, you'll be touching on later in this session. All right. Well, obviously, together everyone achieves more, believing in the team. I mentioned it earlier as all the messages were popping up. We talk about involving new members, and once you get them engaged, or you ask them to participate, or you have that personal touch, I think someone mentioned in the chat box, tapping them on the shoulder, making them feel welcome, that they're a part of something bigger than themselves, often makes a difference in their long-term engagement. But you can't forget about your current members either. So you all know, by looking at your rosters and some of your various reports, you can tell who's come to events, who's participated, who hasn't, how long they've been a member. You can use that information to reach out and do that personal touch with your current members or long-standing members that maybe just might not be engaged. Another way to do this is you create a new member engagement, whether it's a new member happy hour or a welcome letter, or there may be some sort of an event that you do specifically for engaging new members, getting them involved, create visibility within the chapter. You can work with other chapters that have created successful membership teams, find out how they accomplished that goal, who is represented on the membership team. You can reach out to chapters, and I believe I mentioned earlier, if you're one of those chapters that has a success story and you're willing to share your best practice with regard to creating successful membership committees, feel free to post your information out there in the chat box for other chapters to reach out to you. All right. And on this one, you talk about how do you know who your members are. I mentioned your reports, for example. You can log into the HFMA website and access the Chapter Resource Center. There's a ton of reports that you can access through the reporting tools in that section. And when you go into your chapter portal, the various rosters can be found in a drop-down box on the upper right-hand side. The nice thing is that you can sort and filter your member roster because it comes to you in an Excel spreadsheet. So you can sort based on member type, whether it's a student, enterprise. You can sort by member join date or their job type, whether they're a business partner versus a healthcare provider. So there's so many ways that you can slice and dice your roster that will help you in achieving that outreach and that personal touch to know who's engaged and who's not. All right. Has anyone gone out to the chapter portal yet? Have you been able to go to your rosters, check out some of the reports and things that are available to you out there? Oh, we got one asking, what's the chapter portal? Yeah, when you sign on to, and one of the association folks can correct me if I'm wrong, but you sign on to hfma.org and you go in, you have your user ID and sign on, and you can go into your chapter portal where there's a ton of different reporting and ton of different information that you can access that's specific to your chapter. And if I'm not mistaken, there are some tutorials out there or ways that you can navigate easier than previously to access that information.
I've been a member now of HFMA, gosh, over 30 years. So I was really excited to see that this past fiscal year that just ended the end of May, that HFMA hit 50,000 members, which is a historic high for the association. And this comes about 2 years after launching the enterprise membership offering that many of you are familiar with. HFMA has seen about a 25% growth since 2018, which is pretty substantial. Just over 100 organizations are part of the enterprise membership. With that said, I'm proud to be able to share with you today that our membership number has actually grown to over 53,000 members now, which is very exciting. Certainly could not be possible without. Sorry, Bob said he hasn't seen me without my sunglasses on. This is me. So certainly could not be done without the support of all of the chapter leaders and the chapters. So thanks to all of you. Terrific job. It's also important to note, I think many of you are probably familiar with this now, the different levels of sponsorship. We've moved to an anniversary dues structure. So again, as a member, I've always joined with the HFMA fiscal year of June 1. So my membership will continue to renew at that point in time each year. But for anybody else that might be joining HFMA for the first time, they can join the organization and that becomes their anniversary date. So if I join on July the 10th, my membership will come up for renewal again July 10th of 2021. With that said, let's spend a little more time reminding everybody about the various membership levels and categories. The largest number of members are in our professional and business development, business partner member categories, of course. The professional membership category is really designed for folks in the hospital, health plans, physician practices, and others in the healthcare setting, as well as clinician leaders. The business partner member category is designed for the service providers and our industry partners. And in addition, our professional business partner membership, we are offering a discounted membership for the following categories. So faculty members is available for any full-time faculty teaching finance, healthcare administration, or medicine at an accredited college or university. That's pretty great. Student memberships are available for currently enrolled full-time students in an accredited undergraduate or graduate program and not currently employed in healthcare finance or one of its specialties. And then for retired members, it's available, membership is available for those in good standing who are transitioning to retirement. I know a handful of those and have been with HFMA for at least the last 5 years and meet all of the other eligibility requirements. We offer an enterprise solutions option, which we'll learn more about a little bit later on this morning. This group membership program is designed to provide an organization's employees with cost-effective and easy to implement tools and resources to HFMA that can increase staff engagement and really optimize organizational results. We've had a lot of success with that. This membership is available to employees of Enterprise Solution customers. We have a guest membership available. This option gives people an introduction to HFMA by giving them access to 5 free articles per month. all the chapter leaders, if you would, just verify that you've got all of the up-to-date member information, applications, discard any of the old stuff that might be lying around that could accidentally potentially confuse people. The new membership applications can be accessed online now at any time. So to find out more about any of these services or various categories, feel free to contact the Member Services Center or myself or the chapter relations team at any time. This next option, I think, is pretty nice. You know, there are a lot of people that are expected to pay for their membership out of their own pocket, and this might help to ease that a little bit. HFMA is now offering a monthly billing option for individual, professional, business partner, and faculty members. All monthly payments include convenience and processing fees. Members using the monthly dues option who wish to convert to annual due payments can certainly do so by, again, contacting Member Services. So I think that's a great option, don't you, Lynn?
Yes, absolutely. And now with these new membership categories, we've got a ton of benefits that are, oh, there we go. I was just make sure I wasn't getting ahead of the slides. The following benefits are available to all HFMA members. There's the unlimited website content. It's HFM articles, regulatory updates, digital publications, and all of those types of things are now included with the one price membership. Community participation, you can join, collaborate, find answers in all interactive online forum groups. You can participate in as many of those groups as you'd like because they're all included. Certifications, you can earn any and all of HFMA's recognized industry credentials, raising professional standards, increasing your earning potential, maybe some career path avenues that might open up for you as a result of the certification. HFM Magazine, you gain practical and proven insights from the field with your annual subscription to HFMA's member-only magazine, and you can get it both print and online, so your choice. All online education, you can earn more than 70 hours of CPE and maintain your credentials with a vast selection of virtual conferences and online learning, and there's different formats that you can gain those CPEs through. There's webinars and podcasts, so you can avoid travel costs and hassles with some of the most popular and convenient ways to learn. It opens up content for you. You can access a wide variety of healthcare finance subjects without necessarily having to leave your office. Chapter membership, you can grow your local network. All members get free membership to one local chapter. And again, I might be misspeaking, so if someone from the association needs to correct me, please do so. You get access to the local, whichever chapter you choose. Is it still an option that you can have a secondary? And I guess that's a question I'm going to throw out. I'm sorry, yes?
Absolutely. So you can actually be affiliated with up to 10 chapters. So your one chapter is your local chapter, and then you can get correspondence or communications from up to 10 other chapters.
Awesome. Perfect. Thank you so much. I wanted to make sure I clarified that. The HFMA Daily, it's a member-only newsletter that uses artificial intelligence to deliver the news on the topics that are most relevant to you, and you get to choose what those topics are when you set up your profile within the hfma.org website. There's 2 monthly newsletters. You can leverage, use them to leverage best practices from across the industry in 2 new content-specific publications. There's Revenue Cycle Strategies and the Financial Sustainability Report. Let's see, personalization Get what matters most when you customize the news and topic information you receive with your own personalized HFMA.org homepage. And that's what I was referencing earlier. You get to pick and choose what information is most relevant to you. And then there are live education discounts. You can get significant member-only savings on chapter programs and events like the HFMA annual conference. Some additional benefits are available. There's different member groups that get added benefits. Enterprise providers, they have access to the MAP app, discounted pricing option for HFMA's web-based benchmark application to compare your performance to industry peer groups. Beginning June 1st, 2020, the business partners, there's access to custom webinar series. For example, finding out what's on the mind of a CFO. You can hear industry issues from HFMA's senior leadership and in live and archived webinars. It helps to position both you and your company for future success. Hot healthcare topics. There's a quarterly curated email that summarizes the hottest content from HFMA's digital platforms, including highest ranking topics, articles, and community forum threads. And there's also now the use of the business partner member logo so that you can identify yourself with distinction among the healthcare finance community as an HFMA member or business partner with this special logo.
Lynn, can I come in just for just a second? We've had a couple questions regarding the furlough and separation information on the fee waiver program qualification. So I just want to make sure that everybody has the details for that. If anybody has been furloughed or is in between jobs and looking for, has been let go of their position, due to the COVID-19 circumstances or otherwise, please have them contact member services at hfma.org, and we'll populate that in the chat. And normally the requirements are 5 years of good standing, member in good standing. We are waiving that right now due to the environment that we're in. So just know that we're working with each individual member and allowing for them to qualify for those member waivers. But we ask for the member to contact member services at hfma.org for the process. So
I just kind of blew right through that, Tracy. I apologize for not spending more time on that.
Yeah, so no, I just want to make sure, because we've had a couple questions come in, and I don't want to, miss the opportunity for everybody to know what kind of the criteria is. Now, we've shared that with the Regional Executive Council, and I know that several of the regions have, started kind of pushing that information out. So know that, our team in our member services area and our membership are really looking to help the members that are in between, and due to any kind of circumstances that we're working with each individual, through this time that we're in.
Perfect. Thank you, Tracy.
No problem. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to switch back. The last section on here is the benefits for students. They can earn college credits. They can basically take one less class. Student members of HFMA can earn 3 college credits outside the classroom when they successfully complete the HFMA Business of Healthcare course. So that's another added benefit when you're looking to recruit new members or engage maybe some of the newer members as well.
Lynn, I would add in that section, I think a lot of chapters across the country have had some good success connecting with some students and introducing them to healthcare finance.
Yes.
I certainly know it's been many years, but I can certainly say back in my college days, I didn't know anything about opportunities in healthcare finance. And our industry certainly needs some great new talent in this area. So a great opportunity to expose these young students to a career possibility, a career path that they may not have otherwise even known about.
Great point. And again, we're going to mention this probably more times than you would like us to, but I'm going to say it again. If you have a success story or you have a program that you've put in place, for example, to engage, that's been successful in engaging some of these certain types of members, please feel free, if you're comfortable doing so, put your information in the chat so that the other chapters can reach out to you to collaborate and find out how that worked for you.
You may have seen in the note in the chat, we have over 1,500 student members currently with the association.
Yep. There's also, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself on the slides, but there's also a member referral program. I don't know if many of you are aware of it. The year's top membership recruiter has a chance to earn the 2021 HFMA Annual Conference Experience Package that's valued at nearly $3,000, which is awesome. This package includes conference registration, hotel accommodations, and a travel gift card to the annual conference that's going to be held in Boston in June 2021. To refer someone, there's an actual section. If you haven't been out there, I would encourage you to do so. Under the My Referrals page, under your profile. When you go out to the hfma.org website, you access your profile, and there's a section, a drop-down link that you can click on that says My Referrals under the HFMA profile. And you can use, during these referral programs, you can use some of these listed benefits, which I believe these are all listed out on the website as well, so you can use them. And creating a value proposition statement to encourage people to join HFMA. All right. Bill.
Yeah, it really is easy, as Lynn said. You can just copy that link. They'll also give you some language to use for, for this, maybe some language for a particular email that you send to somebody. But I really encourage you to, try to personalize it too, and let somebody that you might be sharing the information about HFMA with know what the value and the benefits have been for you over the years, both personally and professionally.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk a little bit about the trial membership. So this is pretty cool. The trial membership is a pilot that HFMA is running. It applies only to individuals that are in the professional, business partner, and faculty categories. It allows, as you can see there on the screen, it would not include the printed HFM magazine, and it only allows for Module 1 and the CHFP certification. But this is exceptional. The trial lasts for 30 days. They're testing the monthly billing option with this as well. And individuals can choose to pay their dues monthly after the free trial ends. Trial members will get access to all the benefits except those two that are listed here on the slide. And that's really some good information. It's they'll kind of see how this pilot goes and make some decisions probably later on in the fall as to whether this is something that they really want to roll out, but determine if it's something that would be beneficial to the organization. But it just gives somebody a chance who hasn't been involved in HFMA a chance to kick the tires a little bit, right, and see what it's all about and the resources that are available to them. So pretty exciting.
Yeah, I'm looking at the chat here. I see that Keith put a message out there that the referral zone that we were talking about on the website has automated links to post invites on social media, including Facebook and LinkedIn. So there's a whole lot of tools and resources out there on that referral program that can assist you in engaging new members.
Lynn, one thing I would add to the conversation about referrals is a lot of people themselves understand and believe in the value of HFMA, but they may have a hard time convincing their boss, whether that's a VP, whether it's a health system CFO, a business partner, vice president of marketing, whatever it is. And so whatever information you might, like if I was going to refer Lynn to HFMA, I might say, you know, Lynn, these are the benefits that I really get out of the association and have gotten for years, but these are some things too that you might want to let your boss know about to really help them appreciate the value as well. You know, you're giving, this is an opportunity to test your leadership skills, to really develop some skills that can be very, very valuable to your organization. So keep that in mind when you're passing the word, carrying the banner, spreading the word about HFMA.
All right.
I think we're to the question and answer section of this presentation, aren't we? Any other questions as it relates to the PowerPoint that we can answer for you? Let us know what questions you have that we can address.
We actually had some come in that I'm going to ask Keith to take around the business of healthcare course for students. So Keith, if you wouldn't mind answering the question, what does this HFMA business of healthcare course for students look like? Can you help us out with that?
Sure. The Business of Healthcare course is online, and it's the regular Business of Healthcare course that's available to all members as part of the student membership package. So when they enroll as a student, they get full access to all the benefits, all the online content, including the Business of Healthcare Module 1. So I was just about to post that link into the answer to the individual who posted that. So again, it's the same Business of Healthcare course that all members can access as part of membership.
And Keith, is that posted online? Is it advertised online?
When you say advertise online,
is credit for the Business of Healthcare course advertised online?
Yes.
Under the membership benefits?
Yes, if a student visits the membership, or anyone visits the membership overview page, and you look at the student membership, there's a block of copy distinctly highlighting the availability of the 3 college credits, because the course has been reviewed by the American Council of Education, and it's all there in the fine details. So,
great. All right, thank you.
I'll post that link for everybody too. Oh, someone looks like they've done it.
Yeah.
Look at that. Someone faster than me.
Awesome.
Thanks, Keith and Tracy. You know, I did want to add, Tracy, when I talked briefly about the trial membership, you had let me know that we have over 154 trial memberships right now, and that a large majority of those, more than 70, are essentially from the provider community. So that's really great to hear. And then I think there were, 200. There were over almost 240 test trial memberships, and 154 of those were from the provider side. Another 70 from the business partners. And 15 are faculty. So again, very overwhelmingly a lot of interest from the provider side. So that's very encouraging on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we have a few minutes here. So if anybody has any questions regarding anything with membership, we'd be more than happy to take some questions. We have Keith available too, as well as Lynn and Bill for the next few minutes here. So we have the Q&A and the chat if anybody wants to send any questions, and we'll allow a few more minutes here to see if we have any other questions. Otherwise, we don't have anything out in the queue.
Yeah, I thought I saw one question that was not related to membership necessarily that had asked, and maybe you've already answered it, Tracy, or someone, about the Menti codes. Just so you all know, when we do the Menti slides throughout the day, it's I believe it's www.menti.com, if I remember correctly. And on each slide, the code for that question will be posted at the top of the slide. So that's where you'll see the codes. I hope that answers that person's question.
Yes, and we will be posting the information that was captured during the Menti presentation out on the community after today. So all the answers that were given about barriers and different things like that, we are capturing all the details today, some of which will be used for the topics that will be discussed at the roundtables during the session at 2:30. So, you know, during the breakout rooms that we'll be having at the 2:30 session this afternoon. So one of the questions is, can you tell me more about the membership portal? And Brianna, do you want to share the chapter portal just to show how they get there on the website? I think that would be helpful
Yeah.
Lynn explained it really well on the HFMA.org, but I think just showing them how to get to the chapter resource center as well as the tool, just going through the tools and
Yes, so this would be when you log in to hfma.org, and then the Chapter Resource Center is under Tools and Chapter Resource Center. If you go into hfma.org and you do not see Chapter Resource Center, that just means that you don't currently have the right access. So you're not listed as a leader in our system. So please reach out to chapter@hfma.org if you don't have access and you feel that you should. So if you go to Chapter Resource Center, and then to answer the question I see that just came in too, we are recording all sessions and they are actually under volunteer learning. And you can see everything that's been posted for all of the different virtual LTC sessions, as well as today's the PowerPoint that Lynn and Bill just went through, and then the recordings or the PowerPoints, excuse me, for the best practice sessions coming up next. But to get to the chapter portal, you would go to reporting and reporting tools here. And then you would go to chapter portal. And then I have Lone Star, I believe, is my chapter right now. But under chapter roster in the corner, you would go to whichever roster you are looking for. So chapter member roster would be the one most common to look at, but I know we were talking about earlier that you are able to opt into the email lists to be part of the email list for multiple chapters. That's when you select alternate chapters. This would be the list you would most likely want to run if you are advertising something for your chapter, because it would include those people that said, hey, I'm interested in this other chapter as well. So that is where you get to the rosters. I will just note that if you are ever having issues downloading a roster, we found that Google Chrome is the best option for pulling the rosters. But so that is where you go to get to the rosters.
And the next one, is there an easy way to see new members? And that would be the same way to download the roster and then sort by join date. And that way you can see all the new members that have recently joined to your chapter.
And I won't pull it up on here since I don't want to show all the email addresses and contact information for this chapter. But yes, if you have any issues, definitely reach out to us. But you can sort, like Tracy said, based on that join date.
All right. If you send out communication to your members via email, does that include the alternate members? And you can actually download 2 different rosters, one with alternates and one without. So that is completely up to you on which one you want to download. So you can see chapter member roster at the top, and then chapter member roster plus alternates, the third one down. So the one that says plus alternates would include the ones that Lynn mentioned earlier, that you can have up to 10 chapters as an alternate chapter. Those would include those individuals, and the one at the top would not include the alternate members.
And directory would be those members that have said that they're okay having their information shared for purposes of a directory. And I can show you how to choose alternate chapters. So when you're logged into your HFMA account, if you've populated a picture, your picture will show in the corner, otherwise it'll be an icon. And if you click on that and go to my chapter, I believe, it shows you what your default chapter is or what you've chosen, but you can also add up to 10 alternate chapters like Tracy said. So very easy to do, and that would be how you get on that members plus alternates list for other chapters.
So is there a report of everyone who's attended a chapter event, including non-members, or is that something that is kept in STAR chapter? And so that is CVent that we use today, but there is in the chapter portal, you can actually see the attendees that attended events under the online education and the chapter, and you can also see the ones that they've attended for the HFMA online, and that is, I believe that is only for members. And so if you want to see non-members, can you go into that, Brianna? I'm wondering if we are capturing non-members under the online. If you just don't go into anything, if you can just click quick, I'll be able to tell quick. Yeah, no, we are not capturing non-members on that that portal right now. So if you wanted to see non-members, you would have to get the report out of CVent, but we can look into that. I'll make a note of that. We've got a lot of them coming in now. So why do the downloadable spreadsheet totals not always match the dashboard under membership? That is because our reports are live and our dashboard is only updated every morning. So it's saved in a data warehouse, and so we can't do real-time updates to the dashboard. So there is a little bit of a delay in the membership dashboard. So that is why the spreadsheet sometime totals are not always matching the dashboard, just because the data warehouse is populated on, on a daily basis, and the reports that you're downloading are actual real-time statistics. Let's see. Are new member email notifications still distributed to the membership chairs and other appropriate chapter leaders when a new member joins, or are you now required to generate the membership roster and sort by join date periodically to see if any new members have joined your chapter? And Keith, I'm going to ask you just to verify this, but it is my understanding that the new member notifications are turned off currently for email notifications to be distributed to the membership chairs. I just want to make sure that I'm correct on that before I move forward.
Yeah, when a new member joins, the Preference Center right now, from the marketing and welcome perspective, shuts off all emails for the first 6 weeks because we don't want to inundate them from an overload of communication. So they get one email a week welcoming them from a variety of membership perspectives in terms of the benefits, what to engage with from the community, the magazine, HFMA Daily, et cetera. So we don't promote conferences, we don't promote other events to them that, other things that everybody would get in the general membership until that 6-week period is over. So, and then,
Okay.
then the floodgates are opened, as it were. So.
Yeah, so that the actual email notification that they're asking about is actually for the membership chair notification. So I'm gonna say that they're not turned on currently, and that the best way to know if you have new members is to download your membership roster and sort by join date. And then our last question that we're going to be able to take, just because we do have another session to open up, is where can I see the join date for a member? Is this only in the roster? And that is the best way to show, and Brianna is actually showing that on her screen now. And so it is the best way to sort it is by looking for the join date in the roster, and then just sorting by the oldest to newest or newest to oldest throughout the spreadsheet. So I think that covers it. Can we get an overview of the initial 6-week email campaign? Yes, we'll get that posted out to the membership, information in the membership area, and we'll post a link in the community. So the question is, can we get an overview of the initial 6-week email campaign? And the answer is yes, we'll populate that out in the community as well as on the Chapter Resource Center. Would like to see the email notices to membership? Yes, we'll go ahead and get those posted out to the community and the library. If you could just give us until Monday or Tuesday, and we'll populate something out there notifies everybody once those have been updated. But we appreciate everybody's time for this session.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks so much, Tracy. Yeah, I hope this was informative for all of you. Again, we've got some more time together today, so if anything else comes up that you want to ask about, please be sure to do that. We'll see you in about 30 minutes. Be sure to let us know on social media where you're watching from with the hashtag 2020 LTC, hashtag 2020 LTC, and we'll look forward to seeing you back here in about 30 minutes. Lynn, do you have anything?
Yeah, I just wanted to remind everyone that they're going to need to use the different Zoom links to access each of the next 3 sessions. And the link for the 11:30 Central session, the next session, has now been populated in the chat box if you don't already have it. So we'll see you all in a half an hour.
Thank you.
Look forward to it, everybody. Thanks.